The hospital called at 2:11 a.m., not to ask for consent, not to offer sympathy. They asked if I was still her husband. I stared at the ceiling while the phone vibrated in my hand, counting the cracks above my bed like they were seconds I couldn't get back. 3 years since she left. 3 years since the divorce papers were signed with hands that didn't shake. Hers didn't, at least. "Yes," I said finally. The word tasted old. The nurse hesitated. I could hear machines in the background, beeping, flat, clinical. "She was in a car accident," she said. "The other passenger didn't make it." I already knew who that was. Her ex, the man she left me for, the man she swore was just unfinished history. Silence stretched. She waited for emotion. I gave her none. "She's asking for you," the nurse added, softer now. "She keeps saying your name." I closed my eyes. For a moment I pictured her face the last time I saw it, cold, resolved, already gone. She'd stood in our kitchen and said she deserved to be happy. She never asked if I was. "I'll come," I said, and for the first time in 3 years, I felt absolutely nothing. She woke when I entered the room, one leg immobilized, bruises blooming across her skin like ink spilled under flesh. Her eyes filled instantly when she saw me. "You came," she whispered. "Of course I did. I always showed up. That had been my mistake." "They told me he didn't survive," she said, voice cracking. "I don't know what to do. I don't have anyone." "Anyone. Not him, not us. Anyone." I nodded, slow and careful. Inside, something old shifted. Not pain, recognition. She reached for my hand. I didn't pull away. I let her hold it like a life raft, watched her grip tighten when she realized I wasn't squeezing back. "I made a mistake," she said, "leaving you. I see that now." I waited. She cried. She apologized. She spoke in fragments. Regret, fear, loneliness. Never love. She said she needed me. She said she couldn't manage alone. She said it was only temporary. I listened like a stranger listens, like a man watching a fire through thick glass. That night when I left the hospital, I didn't go home. I went to my office, and I opened a folder I'd never deleted. 3 years ago, she hadn't just left. She'd rewritten history. Late nights that didn't add up. A second phone she claimed was for work. Messages deleted, but not erased well enough. Patterns, gaps, familiar lies wearing new clothes. I hadn't confronted her then. I observed. Phone records told me more than her words ever did. The calls had started months before she left, long before she told me she was unhappy. His number, again and again, always when I was away. I requested accident reports, hospital records, insurance details. Timing is everything. The crash wasn't random. He'd been drinking. She'd known. Witnesses said they argued in the car before it happened. Love story? Tragic ending. She texted me daily from the hospital. "I miss you. I don't know how I survived without you. Please don't leave me alone again." I responded with calm assurances, neutral language, no promises, strategic distance. I visited when required, signed what I had to, spoke to doctors, learned about long-term care needs, mobility limitations, the cost. She assumed I was stepping back into my old role. She had always mistaken consistency for weakness. On her discharge day, I brought a folder, thick, organized, final. She smiled when she saw me. Relief softened her face. "I knew you wouldn't abandon me," she said. I placed the folder on her lap. Inside, call logs, photos, a timeline, proof that her unfinished history had never been finished at all, proof that she'd planned her exit while I was still sleeping beside her. She flipped through slowly. Her breathing changed. "I don't understand," she whispered. "You do," I said. My voice didn't rise. "You just hoped I wouldn't." Tears fell. Excuses followed. Trauma, confusion, love that came too late. I waited until she was done. Then I added, quietly, "You didn't come back because you loved me. You came back because he's dead." That broke her. "I can't do this alone," she said. "You're my husband." "No," I replied. "I was your backup plan." I stood, explained the arrangements I'd already made, a rehabilitation facility, a caregiver, all paid for, by her insurance, by the settlement from the accident, not by me. "You're safe," I said. "You're cared for, just not by me." She screamed then, begged, promised change. I watched without reaction. Control isn't loud, it doesn't need witnesses. I walked out while she was still calling my name. 3 months later, I sold the house, deleted the last photo of us from my phone. I don't hate her. Hate requires attachment. What I feel now is cleaner. She mistook my silence for forgiveness, my patience for dependence, but I learned something watching her reach for me only after everything else was gone. Some people don't lose love, they lose options. And when I finally let go, I didn't feel empty, I felt free.